My most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beautiful Lord Sai Ram to all. Before I start, a happy Vishu to all the devotees, especially the people from Tamil Nadu and from Kerala who celebrate our New Year today. It used to be beautiful darshans when Bhagavan was walking around and blessing us all in those days. Still remember those wonderful days and the beautiful darshans of Bhagavan. In 1991, as I've already told, this was the year that Swami started the super specialty hospital. There was a very big land boom in Puttaparthi. The lands that used to cost a few thousands went up to lakhs of rupees. A few years prior to this, I had met a German doctor with an Indian wife who had a little son that they put in Swami's primary school. Since we became friends, they asked me to be the local guardian for this little boy. And every time on Thursdays and Sundays, when I used to visit the primary school where my son Kanak was studying, this little fellow would also come and sit with us and share the snacks and chocolates and biscuits that I would take for both of them. This couple then one day told me that they would like to buy some property in Puttaparthi, and I looked around and found a large piece of property right next to the ashram compound wall. And it belonged to a friend of mine, so they got it for a very reasonable price, like 4,000 rupees a cent, which was very, very small price in those days. And they decided to build a large building on it. But what happened in 1991 was, before Swami's birthday, the ashram decided to make a new road from the Gopuram going to the back gate of the ashram. And they made a big gate there so that when there was crowds for the birthday functions, the traffic could be diverted and the devotees could come in also through the back gate. So what happened was that this property got split up. There was a large chunk on one side, then the road in the middle, and a smaller bit on the other side. At that time, my husband Babu had written about 4 books about Swami, starting with Our Sai Beyond Miracles. And we started getting money by selling those books. Swami did not want the books to be given to the publication trust. He told me, you sell it outside in the bookshops. People will come and buy it because you need the money. And it was true. We didn't have much money in those days. So I had piled up a little bit of money, saving from all the books that I had sold. So I had enough money, and I was thinking that I would like to buy some land and build a bigger house. The house that we lived in Puttaparthi at that time was very small. It just had 2 small rooms, a hall and a kitchen. And with all these books piled up in the living room, there was hardly space for us to move around. So I was on the lookout for this, and when this German doctor's property got split up, there was a smaller piece on the other side of the road which was not connected to his larger piece because of the road in between. So one day I asked him, could you please sell this piece of property to me? I will pay you whatever you want. This person was in a dilemma because, see, the prices had gone up to lakhs of rupees. The land prices had soared when Swami started his super specialty hospital. So he didn't say anything, he didn't make any commitment. And then in the month of December, Monday morning, I had a dream of Swami, and he said, come for darshan, bring a tray. In those days, I'm sure devotees would remember that we were allowed to take a tray with a lot of candies on it, and also akshatam. This is the yellow rice that Swami would throw on your head for your birthday or for some other special occasion. And you also got a patamskar when Swami stood in front of you to bless you. So I got up in the morning, took my bath, put on a nice silk sari, prepared the tray, and went for darshan. I was lucky enough to get the front line, and I was sitting there with this tray. I still remember the day, it was December 17th. So when Swami came out for darshan, he came by, and when he was in front of me, he took the akshatam. and he threw it on my head, and then he took handfuls of the candies and threw it all around. And then he told me, do the Shangustavanam today. That means the Bhumi Puja or the groundbreaking ceremony. Do it at 11 o'clock. Very auspicious day today. And I am trying to tell him, Swami, this owner has not even agreed to give me the land. How can I go and do puja on the land that does not belong to me? But, Swami wasn't listening. He just said this, and then he moved away, and he looked at me and came back again, and he said, today is Vaikunth Ekadashi, the most auspicious day in the year. This is the day when the gates of heaven are open. Anything that you ask for today will be granted to you. The gods will bless you. So do it at 11 o'clock today. And then he said, start your construction. Swami is giving you the name Sai Aishwarya for your project. And at this time, there were no constructions outside the ashram. Most people stayed inside the ashram only, So Swami said this, and Swami walked away. And when darshans were over, I was coming out of the Ganesh gate with my tray, and I was thinking, how do I tell my friend that Swami has asked me to do the puja? He has not even agreed to sell it to me. But when I reached the Ganesh gate, he was standing on the side of the gate, and he told me, Jayashree, did Swami speak to you about my land? I was late today for darshan, and I was standing at the Dashavataram gate. This is that big gate between the gents side and the ladies side. So he said I could not go and sit. So from there I saw me coming and talking to you and blessing you with the Akshatam. So I told him yes. Swami told me to do the Bhumi Puja today morning at 11 o'clock. And then he said, if Swami has already said this, the land is yours. You can go ahead and do the puja. And that day morning he also came, and then I got a local priest to come and do the Bhumi Puja at 11 o'clock. So that is how this land was given to me. And actually I had not paid anything for him at that time. And over a short period of time, I was able to give him a very good price on it because I had the money from the books. And this is how Swami took me out of the bank and got me into construction. At this time, I was transferred to a place called Tadipatri, which is about 50-60 kilometers from Puttaparthi. In those days, it was not a nice place to live. There were a lot of factions and Naxalites and all kinds of unwanted elements in that area. So when I went to the bank to check whether I could join there, I was very surprised because the branch has been opened in 1935, but till now not one lady officer has ever worked in that bank. So when I came back, I was a little bit upset. I didn't know what to do. Then Swami came up to me in darshan one day and he said, transfer has come. I said, yes, Swami. He just told me, take leave. And then a few days later, he spoke to Kanak in the veranda and said, your mother is transferred? And he said, yes, Swami. He told, do Padamskar. So this was a very confusing state for me, but Swami told me, don't go, take leave. So I took long leave. I took leave for about a year before this, from 1990 onwards. And in 1991 was the time that Swami gave me this property. And then he just told me one thing. He said, do everything correctly. Swami will send you the people. They will come, they will meet you, they will like what you're doing, but make sure that everything is done dharmically, follow all the rules and do all your business properly. And over the next year, of course, I had to leave the bank, and that was the time that I started my construction work. Om Shri Sai Ram. Swami's blessings to all of you. Kindly share, like my videos, and subscribe to my channel. Swami bless you all.